welcome to the final day of Heroes of Cards. Today it's all finals, and it's the three players that hit the top three spots. You're going to see plenty of them today. We're going to kick it off with the winners finals, which is Kolento versus Massan. Kolento had already played Massan earlier in the tournament, and it's one of the very few matches that Kolento lost in recent history, let's just say. So we'll have to see how that ends up shortly. After that, we're going to have the losers finals. So whoever drops the game of this match that we're about to see between Kolento and Massan will be facing Thijs NL in the losers finals. And the winner of the losers finals will play the winner of the winners finals in the grand final. And that will be our third and hopefully greatest matchup of the day.
It's going to be really interesting. As you said, beat Kolento in the group stages, and it's gonna be interesting to see if that was a fluke or if Massan is actually bringing his A game here today, beating Kolento again, possibly. We do have the bans of both players, and Massan decided to ban Kolento's Warlock, and Kolento is still going with the Shaman ban that we saw yesterday as well in the semifinals. That worked out really good for him.
I think the first time they met, Kolento had not banned the Shaman, and what ended up happening is Mr. Harrison made quick work of all of Kolento's decks.
Yeah. I mean, I think Shaman is a really great ban here for Kolento, considering Massan's or his own lineup rather, with both Warrior and Handlock in his lineup.
So both players have the Warrior, but the rest is a little different. Kolento has Warrior, Hunter, Shaman that he can play. And Massan has Warrior...
Rogue.
Warrior, Warlock, Rogue, yeah. We've seen, I know not recently, but Massan has taken a lot of games with the Rogue, so pretty good work against the current meta right now.
Yeah. So like this is gonna come down big time to the starring decks, I think. It all comes down to the mind games, and hopefully they will get a fair matchup to start off with, so it won't snowball.
Yeah, we will see. I think we can get into the first game. I think both players have been waiting for this to start. As they start, I do want to mention that how the tournament is set up, if Massan beats Kolento a second time, and if Kolento beats Thijs, Massan will actually have to beat Kolento a third time for him to actually take the tournament. The person who goes, like if someone goes straight to the grand finals, they don't actually get any kind of advantage. So because of that, Massan may have quite a lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, for sure. And I do believe we're getting into the game shortly here. Both players are, yeah, here we go. So it seems like it's gonna be Warrior versus Shaman.
Well, that definitely favors the Shaman. And we know that Shaman is not Massan's, as it's banned.
Yep.
I do want to mention that the Warrior is a slower version. I did notice a lot more legendaries than normal, and I did notice...
Wait, there seems to be some sort of mistake here. Kolento conceding immediately.
I'm not sure.
That's really weird, actually. I have no idea what that was about, but we're going into the game again.
Informed that he chose the wrong deck, so probably he has more than one of the same class and picked the wrong of the two.
Oh, really? Wow, okay. Okay. No. Second concede, here we go. I actually have no idea what's happening right now. Maybe we can get some clarification.
Apparently it wasn't the exact deck that he submitted. Well, they're probably going to need a minute or two to sort this out. But
Yeah,
in any case, Massan is actually the only player in the tournament that's still undefeated.
yeah,
Love that.
it's a good feeling, but
Yeah, it's still quite a bit of work left.
yeah, I was in the same situation as Massan 2 days ago in a tournament, and then I lost in the grand finals. The guy, I was in the exactly same position. I beat like a guy instead of Kolento, and
Mhm.
Kolento came back, but not Kolento, but other guy, and beat me in the
Mhm.
grand finals. So you can't get too cocky, even though you're in like undefeated. You have to respect your opponents and respect that it's actually Hearthstone, and RNG can bite you in the ass at any time.
Oh, everyone who's played knows that.
So finally, I think we're getting into the correct game here.
Yeah, Massan on Warrior, Kolento on Shaman. I don't see Kolento's starting hand right now.
No,
I think we actually, yeah. Oh wow, there's Geddon. That old school.
yeah, I mean, Geddon has been working himself into the meta. Actually, most warrior decks right now are running Geddon. Um, the new Hogger deck that Show introduced, it includes both Hogger and Geddon. So
But
one of
this
those.
is what I saw of Massan's warrior deck. He had Sylvanas. I think he had Rag. I think he had Gromash. He may even had Ysera, and he's got Geddon, and he's got Harrison. So like, I couldn't really figure out what's missing, but there has to be something missing.
Yeah. Is he running Alexstrasza in this deck? Because that's one of those cards as well that hasn't been as popular lately. That might have been one of those cards that he's cut, and even like cards like Black Knight can be replaced nowadays.
So apparently the first reset was Kolento had the wrong Shaman, and the second reset, Massan thought he could switch decks as well. So a little bit of a mix-up, but in the end, they're committing to their classes that they went in with. They're committing to the decks that they submitted to the tournament. So we're all peachy basically.
Okay.
So man, that Argus egg is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's still gonna give that Acolyte 2 cards, which is a huge deal in this matchup. You don't want to give, like, the Warriors cards are really valuable, and you don't want to give him too much, but in this situation he didn't really have a choice here.
Yeah, you kind of have to just deny the Warrior every chance that you can get them to draw.
Oh hey, back. I didn't know you were here. Did you join in late?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well, good to have you here, man.
What's the best way of dealing with this egg? I'm curious.
Well,
does the Warrior playing Spellbreaker?
he does have a silence in his deck, but not in his hand right now. He also has that Brawl, which he could like later on attack that egg and then Brawl.
Yeah.
But for right now...
What do you think about that Sludge Belcher? It seems like it just dies to the board very easily.
Yeah, it really does. I would have liked to see Lothab actually.
Yeah, if you counter Lothab with Lothab, the only thing that could go really wrong is a Flame Tongue, but as it so happens, that's what was drawn, so...
Yeah. So he's playing another egg here to be a bit less vulnerable to Brawl, which is pretty good because he doesn't need that Flame Tongue to clear this. He can get this really efficiently with just the minions on board.
What do you think of the positioning of the egg? Because like, I feel like you might want to do it with a Flame Tongue, or like
group
close
them
to
up
the
so
other
they both get popped.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of Brawl, you specifically want to leave one inactive, though. Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah,
you have the biggest creature in the middle, so the idea I think is like you're never gonna need to hit for 7, and if you do, use 2 crappy minions instead of 1 big one.
Yeah. So do you Hex or Earthshock here? That is the question. If you decide to Earthshock, you can place a Flame Tongue totem between the Argus and whatever else, and get a really efficient trade here. And it seems like that's what Kolento is gonna do right now.
I think this is a good play. Like, you have to consider that, I mean, Sylvanas is mostly its Death Rattle, whereas a lot of the other legendaries are much bigger bodies that you have to deal with at the same time.
For sure. And he's thinking about playing the spiders here. He's thinking about Brawl. But the thing is, the spiders are not that vulnerable to Brawl anyway, because you get 2 1/1s. So he's gonna play them anyway here. His board is pretty protected against Brawl. And we're gonna see a Brawl. The question is he play? Yes, he's playing the Kit Kat's Brawl here. Armor Smith.
Is it gonna win? Oh, that was 7 creatures in Armor Smith.
Okay. It's no way. Okay, so okay, so actually, like, okay, this actually I'm starting to confirm my theory that no, like, this is for real. Like, I'm starting to confirm my theory that Brawl is actually not random creature that survives. It's actually first 50-50 which player survives, and then it's like a random creature of that player. Like, me and Sixer has been talking about this a lot actually, and it's way too often that the one creature for the warrior survives against a full board for it to be completely random. It's way too often. So I actually think that that's how it works. Blizzard has not like confirmed this or anything, but I do believe that's the case actually now. Like, this has happened way too many times, and that's why KitKats always says Armor Smith survives, because it's actually a big possibility if this theory is correct that it will survive. Do you think I'm crazy?
Yeah, it
sounds pretty crazy, but I mean, isn't it more awesome this way as far as tournaments are concerned? Oh, Rockbiter, is that the end? 8? Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Rockbiter draw shuts out Massan, despite Armor Smith delivering.
Yeah, I should actually do some testing here, because I actually think that it's the case that it's random for the player first.
What are you gonna do? Hack the code of Hearthstone?
No, just do some testing. Like, try it like 10 times with one creature against your opponent's like 7 creatures, and see how many times your one minion survives. It's actually pretty easy to test, you know. I should really do that.
Sounds like some serious confirmation bias, bro.
Alright, guys. Well, as far as the tournament is concerned, Kolento does take round 1. It's also important to note that he took that very quickly in a very favored matchup. And I think we're going to give him a few minutes to see what decks they want to play with next, at least Massan. So we're going to be back in about a minute, and when we come back, we'll see round 2 of the winners finals.
Your legs are standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Welcome back, guys. We've yet to see what Massan is going with. We know that his Shaman is banned. We know that his Warrior is defeated. Between Warlock and Rogue, what do you want to play against the Shaman? It would seem like Rogue is the favored one, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would seem to think so. Yeah.
The thing is, we haven't really seen too many players play this version of the Shaman deck. I mean, a lot of what people know is the traditional Shaman and the very bursty double Doomhammer, double Lava Burst Shaman. But Kolento's Shaman is neither of those. How do you think a fairly traditional Miracle Rogue fares against the Death Rattle, the Undertaker Shaman?
I mean, I like the against Shaman. I prefer the Double Blade Flurry Malygos version, because they oftentimes have a lot of like eggs with taunt. They have Spirit Wolves. They have a lot of taunt in the deck generally, and
Yeah.
Double Blade Flare is really good against that. The Violet Teacher one, I'm not so sure how good it is against that kind of shaman, because actually, you said that Kolento is only running one Lightning Storm, right?
I think he's running no lightning bolts and one lightning storm.
Yeah, so that could actually be really bad for Kolento if Massan actually gets a lot of 1/1s on the board. Um, so I'm interested to see here how this one Lightning Storm Shaman is gonna match up. I actually never seen it before.
I'm still gonna say that it probably favors the rogue, but Shaman is a very powerful deck, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just wins.
Yeah,
Alright.
for sure.
Well, let's get into the game. We haven't seen Massan's selection yet, but I don't expect to be Warlock, and it's not. It is Rogue, in fact.
Yeah. Not a bad start here for Kolento with the egg and the flame tongue. Question is, would you coin out this egg against Miracle Rogue? Oh, we got the spider as well, so I guess that settles it.
Yeah, the spiders, I mean, it's really not that hard for a Rogue to deal with it. I mean, we're probably just going to see backstab and then dagger one, dagger the next.
Yeah, but he will still get some. If he uses the backstab here on the spider, he might have some problems dealing with that flame tongue.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, so he's going straight for that backstab, getting one.
What problems would he have with the Flame Tongue? I mean, he has to have a taunt ahead of it first.
Now that you've seen a backstab, like the only other thing that could actually kill it is poison. So, but he's gonna play it. He's not gonna play it now. He's gonna play the egg first to try to get more value from it. And this is actually pretty awkward because playing the flame tongue now is not really that good because it will not kill that Farseer.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and the Spirit Wolves are not that good either, but it's the only play he has.
I think the Spirit Wolves are good. I mean, you know one of them is going to die. You don't know if two of them are going to die, but you do know that your egg is not. So you just Flame Tongue the egg into the Farseer next turn.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a very clear play there. I mean, looking at the options, like there's no
Yeah,
other
there's
option.
there's no other options for sure. I mean, but like playing a 2-3, 2-2-3s versus 3-1. If he had a poison there as well, it would be quite bad. But he did not have that poison, so it's fine this time around.
Yeah, it's more than fine. I mean, Kolento's in an excellent spot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such pressure.
So he needs. Oh, he picks up that second prep, but are you going for the YOLO plays here?
Miracle time.
Trying to get the backstab. Oh, he gets the poison. That's pretty good.
Would you shiv here?
Yeah, it's more mana efficient to shiv here. He's looking for a backstab. That's why he's not shiving a minion. And he gets a cold blood. Okay, so here comes the decisions. Do you... Okay, so he goes there. Oh, he picks up an eviscerate. Yeah, this is really good.
Is it? It doesn't seem like it's good enough.
Yeah, you definitely just eviscerate that 6-4. Next turn, he's gonna trade most likely with his wolf, and you can just poison that.
Is the idea behind the eviscerate to try to draw into your other backstab?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly to recycle. If you're lucky, you get that second backstab, but he wasn't expecting to get that second backstab. He just wanted to kill that 4-4. So the only option for him is to use his last taunt to kill that auctioneer.
Well, what I was thinking was the deadly poison seems better than the eviscerate because, like, yeah, you kill a smaller creature with it, but whatever creature you don't kill is the one that's going to attack your auctioneer.
Yeah, but at the same time, the eviscerate, like prepping a eviscerate, is more mana efficient. You can always use the poison next turn to deal with stuff. And oh wow, he picks up Fan of Knives with that Thanos. Not really, actually, this is not really that good.
I think it's good enough. That
Yeah, let's him kill the
I
Minotaur.
would have preferred just Fan of Knifing into SI actually. That would have done the same thing here, except that you leave your Thanos in your hand for other combos like Blade Flurries and stuff like that, and you leave a 3-3 on the board instead of a 1-1 that can get Earth Shocked.
I can see that as well, yeah.
Yeah, I like that better.
I think he played that a bit too fast. He really like they're playing really fast here. At least Massan is, and I think that can really backfire if he doesn't slow down. It's Kolento you're playing. You need to think of every possible move twice at least if you want to beat him.
Well, had he had the 33, he would have survived this board, and as of right now, it's not exactly the case.
Yeah, so
you can't Drake here, can
no,
you?
no, I don't think you can. Absolutely not. I think you have to go with the fan again. And Edwin.
4/4 body.
You could actually even use that poison, but to create a 6/6 body, since you saw that Urshock, the only thing that can really counter is the Hex or a second Urshock, but
Or Argus.
Or Argus, yeah.
yeah, that's really bad actually. But
We go.
Damn.
oh, but it picks up a Blade Flurry, and that's actually pretty good here. But it's not gonna proc the egg this turn. It's just gonna SI that. Actually, I would have
You can
preferred.
sap the egg.
Yeah, you can sap that. He went for a SI there on the 4-1. He's playing this way too fast. He should have actually daggered that, taken 4 damage to face, and killed off that 1/2 slime with the SI instead. Yeah, this is being played way too fast from Massan here. And that Alakir is looking pretty good right now. You can actually kill the Drake and with the egg and Alakirs, and then kill the SI with your Alakir, and then have a 4/4 body, Alakir, 2/3, and a 1/2.
Man, there's a lot of Alakirs in there. I only see one in Kolento's hand. Alakir?
Alakir, yeah. Alakir.
I mean, it's the only play, really. I mean, the rest of your hand is just not very good right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was thinking about the possibility of Lightning Storm there, but he has to roll a spell power
Not
totem.
not if it's your only one, no way.
Yeah.
He decides to keep the egg active. I guess that's what his decision was.
Yeah, he's playing around Blade Flurry here, but Blade Flurry will still kinda wreck this board. Because you attack into the 1/3 first and then spell power. Oh, but he's 1 mana away from doing that play. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So many options.
So how is he gonna deal with this? Oh, and he picks up the backstab. Wow, that's actually so huge.
Yeah.
Now we can use Blade Flurry for 1 poison, clear everything.
Yep.
And this is looking so great for Massan right now. Kolento with no answer at all.
I feel like Kolento just doesn't need much of an answer. I mean, if you look at Massan's hand, it's got a sap, deadly poison, 2 cold bloods.
Yeah,
Like,
but
all that is
yeah.
garbage.
Yeah, it is for sure. But if he didn't pick up that, hex, then he could have done some serious damage to Kolento.
Another sap.
Another sap. Yeah, this hand is looking really dead here. He needs that second auctioneer and he needs it fast. Even a Violet Teacher could be somewhat good here. Oh, is he gonna cold blood his frog here? I wonder. I think he might.
Why
Yeah,
not?
let's go
Use
for-
one. You'd use
Yeah.
one.
Going face though, or is he trading? Is he afraid of a second Urshock?
I just go face. Who cares? It's a 2/4.
Yeah, but it's at the same time, he might like
Here we
Argus, Flame Tongue if he has an Urshock, and that 2/4 can become really strong actually. But he decides to go face. I would attack here with a dagger, since it's very unlikely that you will draw your auctioneer next turn, so you will most likely be redaggering anyway.
It's 1 in 7. It's not that unlikely.
Yeah, it's 1 in 7, but oh, he's actually poisoning. That's really weird.
I don't think it is. I mean, if you do draw your auctioneer, you probably know just how many spells are in the deck.
Yeah, but you do want that poison though if you draw your auctioneer to recycle the rest of your deck immediately. It's a very
Wow.
cheap spell.
He picked up the
Let's draw
Argus.
the other Argus.
Yeah, but it's not really that good because
I think it is. You saw one blade flare, you know I mean, you know Massan's only playing one.
yeah, but there's a lot of things that deals. Actually, he used two Fan of Knives as well, so yeah, you're right. There's only a Shiv that could really kill that 3-1
I'm not even
efficiently.
sure there is a Shiv.
Here we
Oh, he's playing with no
I think we've seen
Shivs?
both. I think we've seen both Shivs to face, haven't we?
Yep.
We see. Okay, I remember one Shiv to the face. I don't remember the other Shiv. But maybe he did play that. I'm
Played
not
a
sure.
turn for Shiv, and then he cycled one with Auctioneer.
Oh yeah, he cycled one with Auctioneer. Yeah. So at this point, I would say that Kolento is in the lead. For sure.
I'd actually say that Massan has no chance this game.
Yeah, that's
He's
pretty.
fallen too far behind.
There's no more damage that's going to go through. You can't really make the game from your card advantage because you only have like 5 cards or something in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say you draw all 5 cards next turn, you still wouldn't win.
Yeah, there's a Conceal, an Auctioneer,
A Southsea deckhand.
a Southsea
Yeah.
Deckhand, yeah, another Violet Teacher, and then what else does he have in his deck right now? Is he playing double Conceal?
I think he's just playing the one.
Okay.
I'm just not sure.
You trade your 5-1 here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's considering trading the Argus and the Spider.
He likes the taunt, but it's not that much damage that you're stopping. I mean, you're stopping one. Like,
Yeah,
you've seen both deadly
you know your
poisons.
opponent is not running Leroy Shadow Step, so you're not afraid of dying here by losing your taunt. So I believe trading the taunt
Well,
is
I just feel
fair
that the
play.
taunt is irrelevant. Like, you've seen both deadly poisons. Massan
Yeah.
has a 1-2 weapon.
I think he's
Exactly.
just thinking to get extra damage on the board. Because the only thing is, he can trade that and then play Fire Rally.
Mm-hmm. Either way is fine. I believe that Kolento knows that he's won this game already.
Yeah, he just wanted to close it out this next turn, I think. So I think that's what he was leaning towards.
Yeah.
As it stands, he's I think 1 damage off, but I might. No, he's got 15.
here we go.
Oh, sapping that flame tongue.
I thought it was 15 at 13. Oh well.
Yeah, so Massan is trading. He's trying to play the value game, which is not something you really can do as a Miracle Rogue player against a Shaman.
Especially with 4 cards in your deck.
Yeah. So is that it? No.
Should be
It's
1 off.
1 damage of lethal.
He'll get it though. Unless Massan draws the card that does 16 face damage by itself.
Yeah.
I think that says 2 though.
Here we
I mean,
go.
yeah, that's
Not-
2.
Not even Deathwing could save him there. Maybe he's just trying to buy information here. He knows it's over. Yeah, there's the Rockbiter finish. Well
It was
played.
a spider finish. It was a spider finish.
Rock-bladed spider. Well, Massan has to go to his last deck here. He has to go to his handlock. You did mention that he possibly played the rogue too quickly. Do you think had he made the correct decisions in that game, it would have mattered? Because the way that I saw it, Kolento kind of won by a landslide once Massan, drew out.
I think that it might not have mattered because he drew his Violet Teacher and second Auctioneer way too late for it to have any significance. However, maybe if he played the Acid Rake on the Auctioneer turn and waited with Auctioneer just one more turn, it might have looked way differently this game.
All right, well, we'll see how he ends up with his handlock versus Kolento's Shaman. Not usually a match you want to be facing, but we will give him a minute to set up. And when we come back, we might see the conclusion of the winners' finals. See you guys in a bit.
monsters live inside our souls, waiting to come alive, turning our hearts cold. My blood is black, it seeps through the cracks. If I could take it back, if I could. Fighting love that runs through our veins is an empty space, a lonely game. I hear you cry every night in my dreams. I'll take it back.
Welcome back. What do you think of this? What do you think of this matchup impact? Control lock versus well, hand lock, let's say, against the Death Rattle Kolento Shaman.
The Death Rattle Shaman's probably heavily favored. I think most Shaman decks are going to be favored against Handlock. However, this one more so. A lot of the times, the Handlock deck can win with a big Hellfire or Shadow Flame, but the eggs and spiders get in the way of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it might just be even more of a landslide, because like we've already got Hexes, we've already got Earth Shocks, and we've already got significant burst from Alakir and Doomhammer.
Aren't the spiders pretty much in every Shaman deck to begin with, though?
Yeah, but he's also got Undertaker, which can snowball as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that
So-
if you're playing two if you're playing two Hellfires instead of two Shadow Flames, this matchup is way more balanced. But if you're playing two Shadow Flames, it's really hard for the Handlock player.
I also feel like without Lightning Storm and without Lightning Bolts, it might actually be hard to push through the I don't know what you call it, but the Molten Giant wall around 12 life or so.
Yeah, for sure. The key is not to give him those Molten Giants too easily before you actually have a chance of killing him. So I think Kolento is a good enough player to know exactly what life total he can put the Handlock down to.
Yeah, again, the Shaman deck can burst him down with Doomhammer and Alakir with like Rock Fighters and stuff, so he doesn't need to put them below like 17 health. And at 17 health, your Molten Giants aren't really going to be doing much against the Shaman. If you really want to play a 7-mana Giant to get Hex, like go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, the
Great
Handlock
hand.
player actually got a really good start, but Kolento didn't get a bad start either.
I mean, I don't think Undertaker is really that big of a deal with the Shaman. I feel like most of the wins just comes from having too many little annoying creatures, and Undertaker is just one body. I think it might be good in some matchups with a Warlock having so much removal. Perhaps not in this one.
Yeah, so he's thinking about playing that Sun Fury Protector, but that is actually not a good idea at all, because turn 3 he can play Spirit Wolves, he can play Flame Tongue Totem. All of those cards would be completely disastrous for Massan if he plays that Sun Fury there.
Yeah. Seems like he'd get blown out if he played it. It's like he'd just be dealing with basically 2/3/1s. Well, like 1/1/1, 1/3/1 that you'd be able to trade.
Yeah, so coining out. Oh wow, I really prefer coining out the Twilight Drake here. This is not playing around Flame Tongue Totem at all. If he wanted to play that Sun Fury, he should have played that on turn 2 then, not on turn 3. This I'm not quite sure what his thought process was here.
Kind of like the Argus more.
Yeah, the Argus is
Yeah.
actually superior to the Flame Tongue here.
Yeah, it prevents your board from being fully cleared easily.
2 Mountain Giants, pretty good.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that Kolento does not even have Hex or Earthshock for that matter for this Drake. So I believe trading is in order.
Not a great trade though.
No, definitely not. It's very susceptible to AoE.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it has to be done.
Yeah, however, if Massan doesn't have an answer, he can't really just play a Mountain Giant into this, so...
Can play a Belcher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Belcher is probably the best play here for sure.
I think we're gonna see.
He still has.
I think we're gonna see the Belcher just soak up the board and him playing his own Belcher. Possibly not now with the egg draw.
Yeah, the egg and Gnomish is more mana efficient. So, but without the egg, then I would probably say Belcher as well. But he has a clean board clear here. Although I wonder. I'm not sure if he's gonna play the Gnomish Inventor now. Yeah, he's not gonna play the Gnomish Inventor because he would have played that first for the card draw. Kolento doesn't make mistakes like that.
Yeah, he's playing the Spirit Wolf here, I think, just to deny the Giant.
I think it's
But
also
I'll,
because he's probably going to commit to Belcher next turn, and he wants to be able to Elakir on 8.
Very interesting to notice that Massan still has that coin, and hopefully Kolento kept track of that, so he knows the possibility of what kind of creature he can play and Shadow Flame in one turn to clear this board.
Yeah, I've actually seen some ridiculous 11 mana turns from Handlock. I've seen Jaraxxus. Oh, it's Molten Jaraxxus coin Sun Fury. That's a fun
wow.
one.
Yeah, that is actually insane.
That just
Picks up
sounds
the Mortal
brutal.
Coil.
It's a good Mortal Coil, one fewer creature.
Yeah,
It was a pretty big swing turn.
this is actually looking really good here for Massan unless he top decks this Hex with this Gnomish Inventor here.
I just feel with all the taunts in Kolento's deck, this match is very far from over.
Yeah, it is for sure, but I'm putting this in Massan's favorite list. This is why I'm saying that, like, unless Shaman gets his Hex or Earthshocks, it's like a very hard matchup actually.
Yeah.
So relax, Massan. Take your time. Don't play too hastily here. Still has the coin here, so he might be able to do some play that's not very obvious.
I kind of like Faceless on the Giant. Attack with the 8/6. You can maybe Shadow Flame with the coin.
Yeah, Shadow Flame it is. Too bad he didn't have a Soulfire here, so he could like proc that egg without having to attack into the egg with his Mountain Giant now. But he could actually attack in and then heal it up again. Or heal up one of the giants, the 8/3 preferably.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I do believe that this play was... What the f... You what, mate? Okay.
That'd be a BM Farseer.
Yeah.
Well,
He
it's,
would...
I believe this match is in the hands of the Totem RNG gods right now.
Oh, but he did get that Hex... But this Lightning Storm, yeah, if he gets a Lightning Storm Totem here, it's actually gonna be so good.
I think he's playing Lightning Storm even if he doesn't.
I don't think he
Nah,
will
I
actually.
think-
There is nothing to clear except for that 3/3 with Lightning Storm. I mean, he could.
I don't like this new taunt wall though.
Yeah, I mean, he saw one Hellfire. I mean Shadow Flame. So Shadow Flame is the only card that could really screw him over here with the Farseer. But possibilities of him having a second Shadow Flame is not that high. So he's taking a risk here. He knows he's behind, so he's gonna take some risks here coming back into this game. Gonna try for a good Lightning Storm next turn. That's probably the plan.
I don't like the Faceless before it's taunted. I don't see why
I-
you would hold back the Sun Fury.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I'm not sure if he's going to taunt here.
I think he's
Ma-
playing around Black Knight because he
Yeah.
knows Massan plays.
But I think he knows Kolento's deck by now, and I'm pretty sure that he doesn't have Black Knight in his Shaman deck, right?
Yeah, he does actually.
He does? Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't see it at all last game. So
Oh no. Massan has it. My bad.
yeah, Massan has it, not Kolento. Yeah.
Oh man, that is a dead draw.
Yeah, so it's time finally to roll that spell power totem, but no, healing it is. Get wrecked,
What?
Kolento.
What a beating.
He's still gonna. He can still clear everything but one mountain giant here. If he's lucky, yeah.
He has to roll 3, he does not though.
So now it's looking. I wouldn't say good for Kolento, but it's not looking as bad anymore.
Taunt here is a big deal. And it stops the Alakir from coming and killing.
I
the
wonder why he
8/3.
didn't play that Sun Fury. No, that Ancient Watcher. This turn. He has a Argus and a Shadow Flame, and he had the mana to play it. I'm not quite sure.
And he
his
must
thought process
know
there.
Kolento is only running 1 Lightning Stone.
Yeah.
He just saw it. Here's Earthshock Alakir time.
No, he doesn't have mana for Earthshock. If he had mana, this would be insane. He could kill off
I
that
see,
giant.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, the overload from last turn.
Yeah.
I think the Siphon Soul here is gonna clinch it.
He might not use it though.
2 damage off.
Yeah. Yeah, he used one owl, so there's a possibility of a second owl here, even if he can deal with that mountain giant. So let's see here, bro. Acid Drake. Ooh. So now we can go for a 33% chance and get that spell power totem to kill that mountain giant, or he can Argus. He's gonna go for the. I'm not sure if it's the safer play, but it's like.
Argus is a loss.
Yeah, it is a loss in hindsight, but Kolento doesn't know that. I think that he might consider the possibility of a second AoE here.
Is Argus a loss though? Because he could just Earthshock and then trade in the 1/3.
I'm thinking about sacrificing the healing totem.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, but he's playing the Undertaker instead. That
Yeah,
is a loss.
that's a loss.
Well, Massan brings it back a little bit. Kolento's still got a couple decks though. He's got Hunter and Warrior, and we know that well, Warrior doesn't stand much of a chance against this type of this type of Warlock. Hunter certainly does.
Yeah, for sure. Kolento did, however, beat Handlock yesterday with Warrior, I believe. But it's
Yeah,
it's a very hard matchup. He had all the answers with his Spellbreaker, Executes, etc. So you need those cards. And we're most likely gonna see the Hunter now, though.
Most likely. But we're gonna give Kolento a little bit of time to figure out how he wants to come back from this loss. It looks like Kolento is not able to blow out Massan quite yet. But we'll see when we come back. Maybe Kolento will clinch the victory with Rexar. That's the Hunter name, right? Little Rexy? Yeah. Okay.
The little Rexar that could.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when we come back. We'll be back in a short minute.
Turbo mode enabled. Let's play pinball.
Welcome back, guys. We got game 4 about to start. Kolento versus Massan in the winners final here. Now, would you consider going warrior first? I mean, it is a deck that kind of plays through more. If you're not sure of every card in the handlock deck, you could maybe see a little bit more with that.
Yeah, if he's not sure, I would maybe like go with warrior to find out all the cards, like if he's running. But he did see two like the key cards when you're building handlock when it comes to AoE and stuff like that is like does he play 2 Hellfires or does he play 2 Shadow Flames? Like that's the most different kind of versions. Like some people like adds Ragnaros and stuff like that, but it's not very common right now. So it's mostly like standard cards, 2 of everything, 2 Mortal Coils, 2 Siphon Souls, yada yada. No really high legendaries except for Jiraxus, and then differences in Hellfire and Shadow Flame depending on what you like to ban.
It feels like Ragnaros would be a pretty decent card in handlock against the Hunter, though. Is it just the matchup is so bad that you don't even bother?
The thing is that Ragnaros is like really good against Hunter, but when it comes to handlock, you're at the point where you can play Ragnaros. You're often way too low on life pool compared to the warrior, where you have shield blocks, you have armor gains from armor smith. It's not the same thing. So it's actually not that good against Hunter when you're playing handlock, because you're about to die next turn if you play Ragnaros. Most of the times.
Now, thinking back, most of the times where we do see Warrior, which is supposed to beat Hunter, but when it does actually beat Hunter, it seems to be when you have like a Ragnaros behind like a Sludge Belcher. That's the game over state of the board.
Yeah, the more common one though is Ancient Watcher starts where you get your Owl and Ancient Watcher. You coin out the Ancient Watcher, silence it, and start racing the Hunter, or even like kill the Undertaker, kill everything.
I was thinking in the form of the Warrior though, but yeah.
Oh, in the form of the Warrior, yeah, for sure. The Ragnaros behind Taunt is like free win against Hunter most of the times, unless he has spiders or stuff that really bad targets for the Ragnaros.
This is pretty hilarious. The Owl is good against one Undertaker, but terrible against 2.
Oh, and he picks up the Mad Scientist. Wow.
Okay.
He'll show them.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty. Yeah.
This is over.
Oh,
but there's like no way you can come back from this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Hellfire, and I mean,
it's not gonna work though.
If you silence one Undertaker, only one Undertaker will survive at 1 HP next turn. So it's not that much over yet, just yet. Oh, and if it didn't silence that Undertaker, it would have been 2 Yetis here. This is insane, actually. And he's trading, yeah, really good play here, trading that 1 on 2 Undertaker into that Owl. And this board is not Hellfireable, if that's a word.
It is a word.
Yeah, Hellfire doesn't really do anything there. I mean, it kills off a 1-2 to spawn 2 1-1s and then kills off a 2-2.
Yeah.
I mean, all it does is kill off a 2-2 and you take 3 damage.
So this is a very interesting turn here. I'm really interested to see what Kolento will do here. He can do some knife juggling with the 1-2 spider, or you can Houndmaster.
I think you even bow the hero for that extra 1 damage. I think you go all in here. Oh, it's so much damage.
I don't think he will go for the bow, because it's only 1 more damage than the hero power, and if you play the Knife Juggler, then you can proc the spiders even. So I think it's Knife Juggler or Houndmaster, and he decides to go for the Houndmaster play here. But still, as you say, he's going all in here, not giving fuck about Molten Giants.
Well, there is one Molten Giant there. It's just probably not going to do too much. I mean, you
He
just
can't
have
Shadow Flame
so
it.
little life.
Oh, but it's going to Argus it. Okay. Yeah. It's decent. Shadow Flame wouldn't have done that much there.
Mukla.
Mukla. Mukla is actually really good against Handlock, but not when you're on 5 cards as Massan is.
I think here you maybe sack into the Drake to juggle into the face and just drop the Leper Gnome. I think it's Juggler, Leper Gnome, Hero Power, and start sacking off minions for traps and garbage like that.
Yeah, actually I think that since you're playing if you're playing Knife Juggler, you're playing the Leper Gnome as well, and then you're gonna buff your Undertaker, so you might as well kill the Molten Giant off.
Yeah,
You could actually kill the Drake with the Undertaker, just for as a freebie. I think that's more efficient.
Oh, he's gonna go for the bow. He's gonna get the trap first to see what he gets, if it's freezing or snake. It's snake trap. That's actually the better one here, because the freezing would most likely just have bounced the Argus back. Wow, some real trading going on here. Yeah, very well played by Kolento. Trading that as efficiently as possible. And with that Leper Gnome on board, damn son.
not the spot you want to be in.
Absolutely not.
He's actually just dead to board.
Yeah, there is nothing he can do here. Is there something he can life tap into? I don't think so.
Not that I see.
No.
You can't stop everything.
Oh wait, no. I was thinking maybe Siphon Soul your own Argus? No.
Yeah, you still take 2 damage from that Leper Gnome then.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's actually not dead just yet. He's bit of lethal. But he's gonna try to get some Knife Juggler hits here. Oh my god, and then the Spider into the Argus. If he gets 2 more in the face, he wins. And it's most likely gonna get it because of the 2 Knife Jugglers. And he gets it. Oh my god, those Knife Jugglers.
Dude, every juggle was in there.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Wow.
But it was calculated. I mean, if you see the total, he went to -2, and the Argus had 2 health. So whatever the outcome there.
Yeah, Argus would have soaked up the damage.
Even if the Argus tried his best to protect the Warlock, he wouldn't have made it. So at least out of this game, the Argus gets to stay alive. You got to think of the good things, right?
Yep.
Well, Massan does drop to the losers bracket. In the previous showing in the group stage, Massan had defeated Kolento 3-1, and now we see Kolento taking back the games against Massan 3-1. So the next match that we have for you guys is in fact going to be the losers finals, which Massan has just recently qualified for. He'll be playing Thijs NL, and I believe Thijs... Who did Thijs lose to? Thijs lost to Kolento in the semifinals, that's right.